Hello and welcome back to the Bielsa Stand YouTube channel. Today I'll be reviewing Leeds United versus West Brom at Ellen Road under the lights on a Friday night evening. So let's get straight into it. Let's talk about Daniel Farke's press conference that happened earlier in the week. He was asked obviously about Nanto, Sinisterra and Helder Costa. Basically those three players are training on their own, not with the group, own dressing room as well. Helder Costa won't be playing for Leeds. He told Daniel Farke and the club that he wants to leave Leeds. He did this at the beginning of the pre-season. That's why we haven't really seen him being involved in any of the squads. Sinisterra obviously looks like he wants to leave Leeds, and we all know what's happening with Nanto over the last couple of weeks. I can't see him staying in Leeds or coming back. I mean, I don't really want him to play for us again, but depends if anyone goes in for him. Later on, he asked about the group spirit. He said, yeah, it's very good. All the lads are working hard, and all the lads that want to be involved will be involved in the squad and train with the squad. He asked about Sonny Perkins. He says, yes, he's available, but I'm not just going to pick people to make up the numbers. Asked about the financial situation at the club. He says, look, I'm only here for the football. I'm not the man to talk about finance. It's not my place to say, which is a fair enough answer. And asks about Luke Ayling and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, that was basically the thing. Oh yeah, he was also asked if 16 days or so is enough to bring in about 6 or 7 players. He says, yes, it is. So it'd be interesting to see if we can do that. He was asked, have you had to lift this squad and lift the mould this week? He says, yes, that's the job as a head coach. Obviously, when you lose, you need to lift up the morale. So that was basically Daniel Farke's press conference that took place. Now, let's talk about West Brom, who we're playing against. So let's go through their previous results, okay? They opened the season against Blackburn away. They lost 2-1. Then last weekend, they played against Swansea in a 3-2 win. And then between those two games, they had a cup game against Stoke, which they lost. So they've lost 2 out of their 3 opening games, obviously in all competitions. Their coach is Carlos Corberán, who we know very well. Obviously worked at Leeds under Bielsa as the under-23 coach. He's managed the likes of Huddersfield, getting them to the playoff final. He's been to Olympiacos and now West Brom. So it's a coach that a lot of Leeds fans wanted him to come in when Marsh was sacked. Now, they've got a decent squad, let's be honest. They've got Palmer in net. They've got players like Furlong, Townsend. Who else do they have? Why is this not working? They've got players like Phillips, Swift, Wallace, Kyle Bartley, who we know, who was at loan at Leeds. They got Josh Major, who was at Sunderland. Obviously, if you watched the Sunderland Netflix documentary, he was part of that, and then he moved to France for a bit. They've got a young Ecuadorian striker who's on loan from Brighton. And they've got Alex Mowat, who obviously played for Leeds up through the Leeds ranks. He then moved to Barnsley, captain on Barnsley. They got to the playoffs, and then when Ismail moved to West Brom, he also moved to West Brom on a free. So there's certain players that Leeds know very well. We obviously know the coach. We obviously know the way they play. They obviously have been in the Premier League in recent years, a bit of a yo-yo team. Obviously, we beat them during COVID with Bielsa in charge, and when they had Sam Allardyce as well, last day of this game of the season, when the fans were back at the stadium, we beat them, I believe. So, and that was the season we finished 9th, was it? So, yeah, but this time we're obviously playing them in the Championship. Leeds United squad, well, Daniel Farke said it's going to be a tough task this week, obviously, with the transfers and players that he's got available. Sam Greenwood is back in the mix. Obviously, he's been training this week. Rutter may make an appearance. I think it's going to be a similar a similar team that we saw against last week against, who did we play against last week? Someone. I can't even... Birmingham, that's it. Birmingham away. It'll probably be a similar team. It's going to be a tough game. I can't see Leeds winning, to be honest. I think we're going to have an even worse start to the season. I'm going to go for... I'm tempted to say a draw. I'm tempted, but do I really see Leeds scoring? I mean, playing Shackleton on the wing, I can't see him scoring, right? I don't know. I'm going to go for a 0-0 or 1-0 win for West Brom. I think I'm going to go for a 1-0 West Brom. And how funny will this be? Kyle Bartley from a corner in the 90th minute to make it 1-0. Yeah, I mean 1-0. I'm going to say that Kyle Bartley was the only goal of the game to make it 1-0. 1-0, sorry. And West Brom beat us at home. Now let's get over the championship table. West Brom are currently sat in 14th place. As I say, 3 points from 2 games. They've won 1, lost 1. Leeds United are currently 19th, obviously drawing and losing 1. So we're on 1 point after 2 games. Middlesbrough are down there, 24th. Huddersfield, 23rd. Sheffield Wednesday, 22nd. So 3 Yorkshire teams are in the bottom 3. Sunderland are 21st place, believe it or not. Rotherham, 20th. Obviously, we're sat in 19th. Swansea is 18th. Cardiff 17th. QPR 16th. Now, let's look at the top of the table. Ipswich. Wow, Ipswich are top of the table with 6 points after 2 games. Norwich is up there as well, 4 points, currently sitting in 5th place. Southampton, another relegated team, as well as Leeds, are 6th. Blackburn, 7th. Preston, 8th. Birmingham, 9th. Bristol City, 10th. Coventry, 11th. Hull City, 12th. Stoke City, 13th. So if we do win this, we'll probably be mid-table. If we lose this, we'll probably be in the relegation zone, because the likes of Sunderland and Middlesbrough picking up points this weekend, I probably can see it. Obviously, Middlesbrough did very well last season under Michael Carrick. They haven't had the best start. Obviously, Tony Mowbray also did well at Sunderland, getting them to the playoffs as well. So I think that'll be fine this season. Huddersfield under Neil Warnock. Obviously, Huddersfield struggled before Warnock came in. He saved them. Can he do it again? And Sheffield Wednesday, they're in a bit of a mess. Obviously, they got promoted, then sacked Darren Moore after promotion, or they left in a mutual consent or whatever. But yeah, that's really it for today's video. Thank you very much for joining me. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.